Every birthday and Christmas I look forward to presents and was rarely disappointed by my amazing parents who truly gave me so much to be thankful for as a child. But the most important thing for me always was the handwritten letter. Be it a simple card, maybe a little cash fell out as I opened it, or into my later teen years as my dad would pen thoughts that seemed to just flow through him regarding his insights into my life, and my mom with her witty, hilarious cards that she still sends to this day. I'm all about the written word. I've carried this into my own life. Perhaps you've received a handwritten note from me, either in a card, the front of a gifted book, or a text or email that was just a bit too long. Yet you read it anyway because it was so flowery, funny, and fascinating. Yeah, right. I love writing. I prefer it to video all day long. I make videos because we're supposed to nowadays, but I'd rather read a 30-minute epistle in blog form than click to watch a video that's 4 minutes long. My children and spouse must endure the same habits I have cultivated over years of practice. In fact, recently I realized the only gift I give on holidays is the handwritten card to my family members, while my wife takes care of the presents. She's better at shopping and knowing what they want. I'm better at telling them how much they're loved and what they will become when they live the promise. Sometimes I'll stash some cash in there so they'll be even happier. This month our family celebrates something once a week between birthdays and holidays, and so it's a month long of letters that matter. My watch just buzzed on my wrist to remind me to stand. I've continually ignored its notice. I just realized I've been sitting for 3 hours completely zoned into writing letters to my children. Letters they probably will toss aside, that'll hide in a drawer, and that perhaps they'll scour for in the distant future. Whereas my wife has stacks of letters from her adoring husband, a journey of our lives in my flowing cursive that will soon be illegible as the art form fades away. She has claimed if there's a fire, she's grabbing my journals and letters first. I say we should get the kids and the dog first, and then she gives me that look, you know. Today I wrote handwritten short cards to the children, and then typed the long form letters so they could at least read them, since my cursive to them is the equivalent of Reformed Egyptian, and there is no Urim and Thummim in our home. To write a great letter, I look at letters from years past, as I always copy them before I send them, to see how I can get better. If you haven't written a letter in a while, or just bought a card and left Hallmark to pen your thoughts for you, give the card still, but then pull out a nice crisp white sheet 8.5 by 11 and commit to something greater. Here are a few simple ways to write a better letter. Find the right pen, stationery, and sitting arrangement to be comfortable, with silence all around. Look through old photos, read journal entries, and consider the time, moments, and achievements between the last letter to whom you're writing. Recall the entire life of the person, old memories, funny stories, and lessons learned. Consider the path you want the letter to take. If for love, the joy they bring to you still, the fondness of growing old together, the commitment that remains. If for a birthday of a child, the greatness you see in their accomplishments and what you see they will become. If for an apology, of which I've written many, your own vulnerability and request for grace and love. Showtime! Every letter must begin and end on an upswing, beginning with joy and gratitude, humor or laughter, while the ending may lead as a rushing wind to an emotional tearjerker that leaves the reader breathless, wanting more and desperate to call you or return the favor. As you practice this skill of writing a better letter, you'll find that my friend Jason Kotecki coined as your wit and whimsy, as well as your signature moves. Some of mine include flowering a memory to become a story and make it funnier than it really was, heaping praise that veers on blasphemy, and sharing insights regarding the reader they hadn't considered for their own greatness and my own belief in their capability. How about you? Anyone to write a letter to? What are your techniques for doing so? I promise you there's a chance to make someone's day every single day with a letter, maybe even tomorrow.